Bill Mansfield is our next inductee. He becomes the third member of the Mansfield family in the Madison Sports Hall of Fame, joining his father Diney and brother Bob. Bill was a talented baseball player as well as a Regent quarterback in football, spiker in volleyball, and sprinter in track. He later took his baseball skills to become one of the Big Ten's best pitchers, a top pitcher in the U.S. Army, and a successful high school baseball coach. Bill was born January 3, 1935, to Arthur Diney and Ruth Mansfield. He grew up with brothers Bob and Jack and sister Ruth. He played a lot of sports growing up on the West Side while attending Dudgeon Grade School, and most notably pitched in the midget leagues as a 9 and 10 and 11-year-old for Pertsborn Plumbers and Malott Drugs. He led them to 2 West Side championships. He also won a city championship in speed skating. An avid outdoorsman at an early age, he was 11 years old when he caught a 48-inch muskie. He loved to just go outside and throw a ball around. He and his brother Jack were playing catch one night around dusk, and Bill threw a high one to Jack. It came down on the neighbor's new Nash automobile. They took a quick look and didn't see any damage, so they went inside. A few minutes later, their neighbor came over to report a cracked windshield. The boys were highly embarrassed when they admitted to the deed. Bill hadn't even walked in the doors at West to start high school when he was tapped to be a varsity baseball player. Madison high schools were 10th through 12th grades back then, and Regent head coach Russ Paugh got permission to bring the freshmen up to the varsity in 1949. He earned a varsity letter that year, becoming the first freshman to ever win a varsity letter at West. By his sophomore year, he was a veteran varsity pitcher, and West kept improving. He pitched 14 innings in district tournament play against Middleton, giving up only 3 hits and recording 19 strikeouts in a win. West got within 1 game of state before falling to Fort Atkinson in the sectional finals. He was the ace of the city going into his junior year and didn't disappoint. Among the highlights were his 5-0 no-hitter of Beaver Dam when he struck out 16. He also pitched West to an 11-5 win over Madison Central to give West its first ever Big 3 city baseball title. The only public school high schools in Madison at the time were East, West, and Central, and they played for the annual Capital Times Big 3 trophy. The Regents again advanced to the sectional finals. His senior year, he was one of the top pitchers in the state, and West was considered one of the best teams in the state. He threw another no-hitter. It was a perfect game in an 11-0 win over Central, striking out 9 at Franklin Field. This time a state trip was not to be denied. Mansfield fired a 2-hit, 16-strikeout game in a 7-1 win over Johnson Creek in the sectional finals. At state, West played Oconto in the first game, and Mansfield came in as a relief pitcher with 1 out in the 6th and West leading. He struck out the next 5 batters for the win. Mansfield was tabbed to start in the semifinals the next day against Menasha, who many considered the best team in the state. He struck out 9 and guided the Regents to an 11-4 win. The state tournament title game was next. There, the Regents met La Crosse Central, a team they had beaten to end the regular season. And once again, the Regents prevailed, claiming the state title with a 10-7 win. West ended the season 14-2, and Mansfield was 8-0 with 96 strikeouts in 53 innings. As if pitching for the best team in the state wasn't enough, Bill also ran track in the spring, and he was part of the winning mile medley relay team that won the meet's final event, giving West the 1952 West Relays title. Away from the field, he was a member of the National Honor Society his senior year. College was next, and the question was, would he go to the UW and play for his dad? He was offered a scholarship, but Mom suggested he go away to college. So Bill chose Michigan State and headed off to East Lansing to pitch for the Spartans. Bill joined the team for the 1954 season, and he and future major leaguer Ron Peranowski guided the Spartans to the first Big Ten championship in school history. The Spartans needed to sweep Ohio State in a doubleheader the final weekend, and after winning the first game, the second game went into extra innings. With Bill on the mound in the 8th inning, he blanked the Buckeyes, and the Spartans pushed a run across in the bottom of the 8th to win the title by 1 game over the Wisconsin Badgers. A shoulder injury forced Bill to miss a season, but he came back and ended his collegiate career with a 3-0 win over Michigan in 1957, knocking the Wolverines out of the Big Ten championship. He was named the Spartans' most improved player his senior year, and his 1.48 earned run average that season stood as the best in team history until 1965. It's still sixth best at the school. Off the field, he was elected president of the Michigan State Student Government, and he graduated with honors, earning a bachelor's degree in math and science. He also earned master's degrees in math education from the University of Oregon and in physical education from the University of Wisconsin. He continued playing baseball after college when he entered the Army. He was named the top pitcher in Korea in 1958 and was named the 6th Army top pitcher in 1959. He was also selected to play in the 1959 Pan American Games and was the starting pitcher for the USA in its opening game at Chicago's Comiskey Park. After his playing days, he was a successful teacher and baseball coach. First in Klamath Falls, Oregon, where in 6 years he led the baseball team to 4 conference titles and 2 trips to state, finishing second one year. And then at Lynbrook High School in San Jose, California, where he coached for 11 years. Bill spent 41 years coaching and teaching at the high school level. Bill is married to Dorothy, and they live in San Jose. They have 3 sons, Kevin, Kyle, and Kirk, and 4 granddaughters, Kayla, Kelsey, Kylie, and Caitlin. All live in California. The Madison Sports Hall of Fame and American Family Insurance Company are proud to induct Bill Mansfield into the class of 2009.